film centers so much on the death of King T'Challa and how that affects the kingdom. Did you have a different story in mind before the death of Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah, much different story. We had, but then when he passed away, we had to figure out what we were gonna do, and after a lot of thought and conversation, we took this path.
How did it feel to join like the biggest film and the biggest franchise on earth?
Well, I guess had events not have been as they were with Chadwick dying, I probably would have been like, oh, I'm so gassed. But the project felt much more complex than that, and for me, my role was very much to support this cast, and that was with tissues, cuddles, holding people's hands, making jokes to make everybody laugh in what is a very complex time for them because they're processing their grief and also celebrating the legacy that he has left. I just was happy to honestly support. I'm so proud of them.
This blows my mind, when I received the call. And now be here is such a great pleasure, an opportunity as well. And, to do this fantastic movie. But in terms of representation and how meaningful is this movie for the people, is a great, great experience.
How does it feel to be on this huge tour with this film?
Oh man, it's just incredible. I mean, this red carpet is just magnificent. This black carpet is incredible. I mean, the energy here in London is just so far not like anywhere else we've been.
Yeah. How does it feel to bring it home?
Really exciting. I remember 4 years ago in LA and in London, both those premieres were big, and they felt big and loud and hungry. That's what they felt. That's what it felt like to me. People were dying for it. They could not fucking wait. And that's what it always felt like. And I'm hoping that's what it's going to feel like tonight. It already does. I mean, it's a pretty big night.
I'm becoming calmer now because it's not the first time that I'm working with my family, with the Wakandan family. There's a lot of trust. There's a lot of support. But there's also a lot of hey, let's get this going. And it just feels very familiar. It's like coming home.
How did you prepare for it?
A lot of boot camp training, fighting in the sweltering Atlanta heat with sticks and spears. That was the bulk of the training. It kind of took over everything.
Are you going to keep up any of that training? Are you still doing any of it?
Yeah, I really got into fighting after that. I got into Taekwondo, got into MMA, so I have a little penchant for all that.
Have you seen the film in its entirety?
I did. It's beautiful.
What scene brought the biggest audience reaction?
It's a spoiler. You're slick. Hella slick. Put that tongue away. I can't say. You're going to have to wait and see.
Well, without giving anything away, definitely the final scene.
I concur.
100%.
I know, right?
I think that people gonna find this beautiful movie, which it has a lot of action, explosions, and everything that you expect from a movie, from a Marvel movie. But as well, it has multiple layers, so you can find drama, you can find reflections, you can find a lot of things like in the art.
How many times have you seen it?
None.
You haven't seen it?
So I'll see it tonight.
I've seen it.
Yeah, no. Everyone else has seen it. Yeah. I've not seen it yet. So yeah, this is a big thing for me. I want to love it. I hope I will. I have a lot of faith in Ryan Coogler, a lot of faith in all of these people. So yeah, I hope I'm going to like it. Yeah.
You'll like it. You're good in it as well. You're all right.
For a change.
Yeah.
Just for a change. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Tonight is my premiere. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Lupita, great to see you. You look amazing. What was it like going back to Black Panther and knowing that Chadwick Boseman wouldn't be there, wouldn't be part of this film? Was it hard?
It was hard. It was very difficult. Challenging, I would say. I couldn't imagine going back to the world without him, but what Ryan did is that he blessed us with a story that was about that loss. And for that, I am truly grateful because we were able to bring our grief to work and put it to good use. And, when you can make something beautiful out of your pain, that feels really purposeful.
What was it like going back into this film, knowing that Chadwick Boseman wasn't there and wasn't going to be a part of it?
It was difficult, but we were seriously seeking to honor him and to, bring him and the beauty of who he was to the world through honoring him in this story. And that was the core goal, and that's what got us through it.
It wasn't easy coming back because I was still grieving, and I still am, but I had a lot of people that were feeling similar. So it was easy to open up about your feelings and to share your feelings, and we had a lot of also support from production. So there were people constantly checking on us, how do you feel, and that really helped.
It's a lot of grief, a lot of excitement, because you're like, man, what could this movie be and where could it go? And then you're like, where is he? That sense of hollowness of a space that couldn't really be filled. An example is we left the first place on the call sheet open. We left it. That was his place. There was no number one on our call sheet because we saved that room for Chadwick and Chadwick's energy. It was sad. It still is. And I think, the difference between how audiences experience actors and characters is it's a distant relationship. Meanwhile, the people who know them, their friends, family, the grief doesn't stop when the credits end. So that's something that's just, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Going back into the film without him being there.
It was very strange. It was odd. You definitely felt his absence, yeah. He wasn't around. He's not on the. You don't see him on the call sheet. You don't see him at lunch or in makeup. It's it was weird. It was weird. So after the initial shock and terrible sadness of the tragedy of his passing, I guess by the time we got to filming, that had settled a little bit. People were a bit more, okay, we've got to get on with doing this thing now. Yeah, no, and obviously it's a very big absence. It's a very big absence. There's no way. If we had lost any of us, that would have been terrible. To lose the central performance, the titular performance, that's hard and it's weird. It was weird, but you rally and you get on with it because there's nothing else to do. If we're here, we can't just be here in grief. We can't just be here in mourning. You have to create that. You have to turn that into something positive. And I hope that's what we did.
And Black Panther paved the way for a whole lot of filmmakers and also for black, dark-skinned women to take the lead. And we are all the leads in this film. How did that feel? Was it a huge responsibility?
I have always thought that it made no sense for us not to be in positions of prominence on the screen. And so to me, it just makes sense, and it's about time. And I feel that very strong. I've always felt that. I've always well, I know all these astounding black women. Why are they not getting those positions and opportunities? So it just made sense to me. The responsibility of it, yes. Well, everything, I kind of function by the scripture, to whom much is given, much is expected. Because it's scarce, yes, there's a responsibility. But we all come, myself, Lupita, Letitia, all of us, Michaela, come on. We all come at it looking to give it our all and then some. There's nothing we're looking to keep back. We're looking to leave it all on the screen. And so that's what we would do, rain or shine, and we're definitely doing it all in every single way we can through this film.
Definitely. Have a great time. Thank you. Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Thank you for this film. Incredible.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Oh, word.
I have.
What'd you think?
I absolutely loved it.
Oh, right on.
I think it's the best Marvel film I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that's kind of
Absolutely. And it's an incredible path to take. It's so brave as well. And it's quite chunky, 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you manage to fit everything in that you wanted? Was there anything you left out?
You always leave things out, but everything that made sense to be in, we were able to keep in.
So, Black Panther 3, is it happening?
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. I just focus on this until this one's out in the world. Then I'm take a break, maybe a nap, and figure stuff out from there.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.